Almost there, high school football fans. Quarterfinal playoff action tonight across the Commonwealth. We start in town at Ishmael Stadium with Lafayette and Simon Kent. The Generals ousted the Pioneers 42-28 last season up in Northern Kentucky to advance to the state finals. With the Pios' exact revenge here in 2016 after Simon Kent scored, the visitors try a little trickery with the onside kick, and it backfires big time to the tune of Ian Shaw going to the house for 6 from 63 yards out. Generals feeling good in the third quarter. Pioneers, though, ensuing drive. Matt Shearer dropping back, looking for a man. Looked at it the whole way to the left, and he's picked off by DeMarco Fishback off the tip pass, who takes it near side, past the Lafayette sideline. Goes the distance for 6, but you may have seen that block there. It was called a block in the back, so the Generals get points taken off the board. No matter. Cameron Morgan puts them right back on. 31 yards up the same sideline to pay dirt on the dive. 250 total yards rushing for Morgan. Lafayette wins at 63-41. Scott County got bounced by Lafayette in this very round a season ago in playoff action. Cards hosting Ryle tonight up at Toyota Stadium. Scott County with the handoff to Bryce Fryman. Fryman finding the hole, running in for the touchdown up in G-Town. Ryle's Jake Chisholm making short work here for the Raiders, pushing his way in for 6, and back and forth we would go. Josh Davis handing it off to Jacob Burton. Burton takes it in for the Cards. The ping pong match continues in Georgetown. Tanner Morgan looking for his man for the response for Ryle. He finds Chisholm. Chisholm in for 6. Cards too much tonight at home, though. They hold on to win it 42-40 over Ryle to get Lafayette at Ishmael Stadium next week in semifinal action. Danville swept LCA last season, regular season and playoffs. Eagles looking to return the favor to the ads tonight and keep alive a perfect season in the process. Braden Miller to cap off a nice LCA drive to start the game, but no. Damari Van Cleve comes up with the pick. We have to speed it up because we don't have time to show you 97 yards in the house for 6. Dylan Wheatley responds with a punch in for the Eagles. Tie game. Ensuing kickoff. Van Cleve able to keep it from going into his own end zone and then promptly returns it 100 yards for the score up the far sideline. Again, he's fast, but he ain't that fast, folks. That's 200% his actual speed. 14-7 Admirals on top. Wheatley, though, once more with the answer before the halftime horn to tie it up at 14. It would not be enough. Ads get revenge on LCA from the regular season, 34-28 the final. Danville gets Holy Cross next Friday night in Titletown. Lex Cav looking to make it back to the state semifinal round for the 6th straight time. Louisville Central had other ideas. Up 21-7, Lex Cav needed to stop. They get the sack right there, but it's not enough. One play later, James Simpson up top to Rico Suave White for the dagger. 28-7 Jackets on top at that point in the fourth quarter. Knights try to get a little something going. Kirk Fago here finds an open man streaking down the field, but the drive stalls out. No points for Lexington Catholic on that one. The Knights fall. Central wins it 30-7 over Catholic. Stay tuned, football fans. We head down south for the Pulaski County Southwestern rematch that brings back shades of 2014. Plus, head down to Monticello for Mercer County at Wayne County. Cards looking to get back to the state semifinals in back-to-back seasons with 2013 really on their brink. That's after the break. Thanks for staying with us here on the High School Highlight Reel. Back in 2014, Pulaski County fell to Southwestern 14-0 in the regular season at the reservation. The Maroons got revenge, though, in the playoffs. 24-16, your final in round 2 of that rematch. On their way to a state title, if you recall, over Graves County. The Warriors won the regular season matchup this season 21-6, again on the reservation. Would history repeat itself this time in the postseason? We pick up the action with Jake Johnson taking back the second half kickoff to the house for 6. Turns out he's pretty good at doing that, folks. The momentum quickly shifting. Jacob New taking the direct snap. Near side into the end zone for the score. Here comes Pulaski County. They're looking like they would take that playoff rematch. Patrick Edwards says, hold on just a minute, everybody. 20 yards for Edwards to the house for the score, and Southwestern is right back in this thing. Edwards, again, takes the handoff to the house for 6 more. But the Maroons able to ice it late. Wiley Kane at quarterback finds Dylan Hopkins on the dump pass outside. Hopkins doing the rest. 85 yards on the far sideline, right past the Pulaski County sideline to the house for 6. Pulaski County pulls off the 2014 repeat. Maroons win it 41-27 your final. What a win. They will get South Oldham next Friday night. Matt Groves was there tonight and has more. Matt.
Obviously, anytime you beat your in-county rival, it's a big game, but just how big of a game is Pulaski County saying it played and won tonight at Southwestern?
This is the biggest win maybe in the history of our program. I would compare it to beating Southwestern in this same position 2 years ago, because the rivalry and what this game means to our town and to our program is the biggest win we have.
It's close. It's up there. Making it for sure was a rivalry game and region championship where they beat us earlier in the season. So we had a lot of grit this week, and it's up there with one of the biggest games in my career.
Obviously, the Maroons going to live off the hype of this win over Southwestern for an entire week, but they are still acknowledging that they've got work to do to prepare for next week in the playoffs. Reporting Southwestern in Pulaski County, Matt Groves, ABC 36 Sports.
Thank you very much, Matt. Wayne County top Mercer County 47-23 back in the regular season rematch tonight down in Monticello on the border. Gunnar Gillis with the keeper to get us going for the highlights. Takes it to the sideline before eventually being brought down. Drive results in no points for the Titans. German Ruiz on the first possession for the Cardinals. Shifts and shakes his way to set up the first score of the ball game. That's Lorenzo Lindsay dropping back to find Aubrey Weaver, who dives in the end zone for 6. And the Monticello faithful, they're loving it. Cardinals couldn't be enjoying it any more than that right there. Mercer County again with the drive. Donald Smith bouncing, shaking, baking, eventually taken down. Setting up Gillis, who looks into the end zone to find Tanner Robbins for the score. Wayne County, though, wins it 30-14. Cards get Johnson Central next week in the semifinal round. Corbin